John Milton, 1608 to 1674, was an English poet, polemicist, and civil servant, best known for his epic poem Paradise Lost and his contributions to English literature, religious, and political discourse. Here's an overview. 1. Early life and education. Milton was born on December 9, 1608, in London, England, into a prosperous middle-class family. He received a classical education at St. Paul's School and then attended Christ's College, Cambridge, where he excelled in languages and literature. 2. Literary career. Milton's literary career began with his early poems, including On the Morning of Christ's Nativity and L'Allegro and Il Penseroso, which reflect his fascination with themes of beauty, nature, and the human condition. His most famous work is Paradise Lost, an epic poem in blank verse that retells the biblical story of the fall of man, emphasizing themes of free will, disobedience, and redemption. Milton's other notable works include Paradise Regained, Samson Agonists, and various political and religious prose writings. 3. Political and religious views. Milton was deeply involved in the political and religious debates of his time, advocating for civil liberties, freedom of speech, and the separation of church and state. He supported the English Commonwealth and Oliver Cromwell's government during the English Civil War, serving as a propagandist and Latin secretary for the Council of State. Milton's political and religious views are reflected in his prose works, such as Areopagitica, a passionate defense of freedom of the press. 4. Later life and legacy. After the restoration of the monarchy in 1660, Milton was briefly imprisoned and went into hiding, but was eventually pardoned due to influential friends. He spent his later years in relative obscurity, focusing on completing his poetic works and dictating his writings due to blindness. Despite his political and religious controversies, Milton's literary legacy remains significant, influencing subsequent generations of poets and writers with his innovative use of language, bold ideas, and profound moral vision. 5. Major works. Paradise Lost, 1667. Paradise Regained, 1671. Samson Agonists, 1671. Lycidas, 1637. Areopagitica, 1644. On the Morning of Christ's Nativity, 1629. John Milton is widely regarded as one of the greatest poets in the English language, admired for his poetic genius, intellectual rigor, and unwavering commitment to principles of liberty and truth. Here are 50 one-liner question answers about John Milton. 1. When was John Milton born? December 9, 1608. 2. Where was John Milton born? London, England. 3. What is John Milton's most famous work? Paradise Lost. 4. What poetic form does Paradise Lost use? Blank verse. 5. What are the themes of Paradise Lost? Free will, disobedience, and redemption. 6. What other major work did Milton write? Paradise Regained. 7. What is Areopagitica? A defense of freedom of the press. 8. What did Milton support during the English Civil War? The English Commonwealth. 9. What position did Milton hold during the Commonwealth? Latin Secretary for the Council of State. 10. What political figure did Milton support? Oliver Cromwell. 11. What was Milton's stance on civil liberties? He advocated for civil liberties and freedom of speech. 12. What caused Milton's blindness? Glaucoma. 13. When did Milton become blind? In his 40s. 14. How did Milton continue to write after losing his sight? He dictated his works to assistants. 15. What language did Milton use for his prose works? Latin and English. 16. What genre did Milton's early poems belong to? Pastoral and lyrical poetry. 17. What are some of Milton's early poems? L'Allegro and Il Penseroso. 18. What is the subject of Samson Agonistis, the biblical story of Samson? 19. What religious denomination did Milton belong to? Puritanism. What is the title of Milton's elegy for his friend Edward King? Lycidas. 21. What is the subject of On the Morning of Christ's Nativity? The Nativity of Jesus Christ. 22. What caused Milton's imprisonment after the Restoration? His support for the Commonwealth. 23. What monarch was in power during Milton's later years? King Charles II. 24. What is the significance of Milton's Samson Agonistes? It reflects his own struggles and the political turmoil of his time. 25. What did Milton advocate for in Areopagitica? Freedom of the press and the abolition of licensing. 26. What was Milton's view on divorce? He supported the right to divorce. 27. What is the name of Milton's second wife, Catherine Woodcock? 28. How many wives did Milton have? 3. 29. What genre did Milton pioneer with Paradise Lost? Epic poetry. 30. What language did Milton use for his epic poems? English. 31. What is the length of Paradise Lost? 12 books. 32. What is the central event of Paradise Lost? The fall of man. 33. What is the fate of Satan in Paradise Lost? He is banished to hell. 34. What is the fate of Adam and Eve in Paradise Lost? They are expelled from the Garden of Eden. 35. What is the main source of Paradise Lost? The Bible, specifically the book of Genesis. What is the significance of Milton's use of blank verse? It gives the poem a grand and epic quality. 37. What themes did Milton explore in Paradise Regained? Redemption and the victory of good over evil. 38. What is the setting of Paradise Regained? The wilderness. 39. What role did Satan play in Paradise Regained? He tempts Jesus in the wilderness. 40. What is the genre of Areopagitica? A prose pamphlet. 41. What is the significance of Milton's advocacy for freedom of the press? It laid the groundwork for modern principles of free speech. 42. What political events influenced Milton's writings? The English Civil War and the Commonwealth period. 43. What is the meaning of the title Areopagitica? It refers to a speech made by the Athenian orator Isocrates. 44. What is the main argument of Areopagitica? That censorship stifles the pursuit of truth.
45. What is the tone of Milton's poetry? It ranges from joyful celebration to solemn contemplation. 46. What is the structure of Paradise Lost? It follows a narrative structure with multiple characters and subplots. 47. What is the significance of Milton's blindness in his poetry? It symbolizes his inner vision and spiritual insight. 48. What impact did Milton have on later poets and writers? His works influenced generations of poets and thinkers, including John Keats, William Wordsworth, and John Dryden. 49. What is the enduring legacy of Milton's poetry? It continues to be studied for its profound insights into human nature, morality, and theology. 50. What is Milton's place in the canon of English literature? He is considered one of the greatest poets in the English language, admired for his poetic genius, intellectual rigor, and unwavering commitment to principles of liberty and truth. These one-liner question-answers provide a concise overview of key aspects of John Milton's life, works, and legacy.